Good day, everybody. Welcome to Mind Prosperity, and we are in a series on the emotional intelligence advantage. And this is about how your emotional intelligence, understanding emotional intelligence, building your emotional intelligence will help you to advance in life. Now, I love playing guitar. I love music in general. Now, one thing about playing guitar that's very important is your guitar has to be in tune. If your guitar is in tune and you play the right chords, it makes a beautiful sound. When your guitar is not in tune, and you play when your guitar is not in tune, even if you play the right chords, it doesn't make a beautiful sound. Now, you also have to play the right chords. If your guitar is in tune and you play the wrong chords, it doesn't make a beautiful sound. When your guitar is in tune and you play the right chords, that is where the beautiful sound comes from. And there's a link, when we look at this, there's a link between having the guitar in tune and playing the right chords. Both has to be there. There's a synchronicity between the two. There has to be both. Cannot be either one of the two. Now, the same works with the mind or the thinking and the emotions. The two has to be linked. The two has to work together. The two has to be in sync. So you have to tune your emotions in the right way. You have to deal with it in the right way. But also the mind, the thinking, the imagination, and the thoughts has to play it right. So what are emotions and why are emotions important? So the Latin word for emotion is animi motus, which means a movement in the mind. So any movement in the mind causes a feeling. A feeling causes a movement in the mind. Therefore, your thinking and your feeling will constantly and continuously influence one another. Now, science tells us that you think every third second. Now, just imagine that. Every third second that passes, you think a thought. Science teaches us that we think close to 90,000 thoughts every single day. And they also say that 90% of the thoughts that we think are the same as the previous day. Now, just imagine this. If the same thoughts that we think tend to be the same as the previous day, that means if we don't change our thoughts, if we don't change our feelings, our life is going to go into the same direction. If we don't change our thoughts, if we don't change our feelings, our life will go into the same direction as our past. Your past will become your future unless you change the way you think, unless you change the way you feel. Now, your thinking and your feeling constantly and continuously keep on influencing one another. That is why you cannot just go in the direction of your feeling. That is why you cannot just accept every single thought. Now, in Mind Prosperity, we have a slogan, and it's step back. And the reason I love the slogan so much, and the reason we are so passionate about the slogan, is because every single time you have a thought, every single time you have an emotion, you have to take a step back and you have to question it. Now, you might say, okay, Albert, if you say we think every 3 seconds, and if you say we think 90,000 thoughts a day, does that mean every single 3 seconds I have to take a step back, or I have to take a step back 90,000 thoughts a day? No. What I am saying is you have to take a step back at least once a day. You can do it twice a day. You can do it 3 times a day. I think it's a great thing to wake up in the morning, to take a step back and to evaluate, who do I want to be today? What kind of thoughts do I want to think today? What kind of life do I want today? I also think it's a good thing to take a step back in the evening. Ask yourself the question, what kind of thoughts did I think today? Am I emotionally and mentally going into the direction that I want to go into? Because if you don't do that, we are creatures of habit, and we will just keep on thinking the same thoughts all the time. If we don't make a decision in what direction we want to steer our thoughts, steer our thinking, steer our emotions, it's going to get to a place where it steers us, where it tells us what to do. So managing and mastering your mind and emotions, the link between mind and emotions, is never something that's going to happen accidentally. It's something that you have to do purposefully. Now, the word emotion means energy in motion. So emotion is an energy. There is an electric charge that happens. Your mind, your thoughts are electric, so it sends an energy out, and your emotions are magnetic. So the thoughts that you send out and the emotion you connect to it will attract to you what you think and feel all day long, and what you think and feel in general. Dr. Joe Dispenza said, when the brain and heart are in coherence, a powerful state of balance and harmony is achieved, allowing us to tap into our full potential. Now, I'm sure every single person sitting here watching this video, hopefully every single person can say, I do want to reach my full potential. I don't want to stop short of the very best of what I can achieve. I don't want to stop short of excellence. I don't just want to do the bare minimum. I want to achieve my full potential. I do believe that's the type of person that would watch a video like this. And the key is the following: a link or a coherence between the thinking and the feeling. Just like you have to make sure your guitar is tuned in before you play it, you have to make sure every single day that you tune your emotions in. And how do you play your emotions, if I can use it in that metaphor? With your mind, with your thoughts. When the two play together, when the way you think, when the way you feel are in coherence, then you're going to create something brilliant for your life. Daniel Goleman said, emotions prepares the body for action. So your body is going to act. Maybe not all the time, but a lot of times the body does act on the way you feel. The body prepares or emotions prepare the body to act in a certain way. That is why we have emotions. So if you understand that emotions prepares the body to act in a certain way, and you understand the way you act will create a lot of the results in your life, then you get into this pattern where you realize the way I think, the way I feel, and the way I act creates my personal reality. And that is what they call a personality. It's a combination between thinking, feeling, acting. What I think influences my feeling. What I feel influences my action. My action determines what happens in my life. So who you are will determine what you achieve in life. Now, many people might say, this is just who I am. This is how I'm born. Nothing about me can change. That is not entirely true in all aspects of your life. When you think about personality, when you think about that your personality is the way you think, the way you feel, the way you act, you will also realize if you can change your thinking, you can change your feeling. If you can change your feeling, you can change your action. So you can actually change your personality if you really want to. It starts by changing the way you think. It will change the way you feel. You put a link between the two. It will change the way you act. And your life has changed by making a decision to change your thoughts. Now, I've been telling you guys that we are doing a series, a 12-week online course called the Emotional Intelligence Advantage. In this course, the Emotional Intelligence Advantage, I really go into a lot of detail, into a lot of scientific research, and a lot of practical steps that will teach you how to build your emotional intelligence and how to use your mind and your mindset to build a strong emotional intelligence that will eventually change your life. So we are excited to announce that our Emotional Intelligence Advantage course will be available in the month of November 2023. Exact dates will be provided, as well as the platforms where it can be accessed. We are so excited to have you guys part of this course. And if you do believe that this information and this video can help other people, I want to ask you to send it on and to share it. Please like, please subscribe. And we are trusting on our Mind Prosperity platform to go to 1,000 subscribers. And you can help us to get there. Thank you so much for watching. We are really excited to have you with us, and we are excited also to see you soon again. We love you and goodbye.